Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I am here after seeing Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This film is brought to you by George Miller, who wrote and directed it. You may know him from Mad Max and Mad Max Road Warrior and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and Mad Max Fury Road, which is the latest in the films. And this is sort of a very close prequel to that. It tells the story of Furiosa. It does star Chris Hemsworth, who plays Dementus, who, despite what I kept hearing at the beginning of the film, is not Dementors. He's got this weird voice that he does for the character, and it makes it farcical. It doesn't make it menacing. He sounds like, and a lot of this film is kind of like a cartoon. Anya Taylor-Joy plays the adult Furiosa, who doesn't look anything like Charlize Theron, which is strange because I thought maybe there was going to be a time jump, but spoiler, this movie basically ends with the other movie beginning. Mad Max is in it, but it just kind of briefly really doesn't have a whole lot to do with it, except that you see where the Fury Road got set up. Fury Road, not a movie that I absolutely loved. It's just weird because Mad Max is one of my things, right? I absolutely loved it. I loved all the other three movies. I thought Fury Road was okay. It was cool action. It was a car chase all in one direction and then car chase in the other direction. This movie itself just is kind of the same thing. It's just a lot of car chases, which that's what Mad Max is. Like, if you're a gearhead, if you're a motorhead, this is going to be perfect. But, you know, the story is completely lacking. It's really caught up in its own insular world where it doesn't seem to drop any new information or knowledge. It's sort of like, I don't know, this is a 1985 conversion van with a Frank Frazetta painting on the side, right? It's a Judas Priest album cover. There isn't a whole lot beyond just, hey, that looks cool. The story is not there. The character development is not there. Anya Taylor-Joy just kind of grunts. She's got a few lines, more lines than Tom Hardy had as Mad Max. You do see Max briefly in this film, even though it's just kind of a passing shot. And I think that's where this film is successful, is in those action shots. It's in the panoramas. It's in the beautiful scenery. It's absolutely stunning to look at times. There is this one scene where the characters are kind of all, arguing over what to do and talking about the difference in tiers. And you see the point of view of each of the characters from their tier. And I think that was absolutely striking. That was beautiful. But the problem is, it's like Miller didn't really have anything else to add. The 12-year-old me would have loved to see the guys paragliding and dropping bombs and the war boys and all that sort of thing. But the problem is, it just doesn't, it's broken up into parts like a Saga, like a Beowulf or whatever, but it doesn't have that weight. We don't care enough about the character. We don't care enough about what's going on. There are these wide time jumps where it doesn't really elaborate as to how anybody has grown. If we're supposed to believe that this end of this movie is the beginning of the next movie, well then why is Gastown pretty much destroyed? Why is Bullet Town destroyed? Why are Immortal Joe, why is he able to have the forces he does to go after Furiosa if there's already just been like a 40-day wasteland war? Like, none of that makes sense. So you have to just go in for the spectacle. And by that, I wish I had seen it maybe in an IMAX or an RPX, a big wide screen. But I think, honestly, by the end of this movie, I was feeling a little bit bored. When Taylor-Joy when Furiosa finally gets her vengeance against Dementus, it doesn't necessarily really matter. This is a China Miéville novel, right? And that there's some really, really great ideas, and the side stories, the little bits of the snippets of information or cool things that they drop into the story is for me what I really want to see, what I want to hear about, what I want to experience. And it does that with this. There's this one scene where Furiosa is kind of trapped in this tunnel after her arm has been cut off, or like randomly. It's stupid. Her arm has been cut off, and she's in this sort of graveyard of cadavers and corpses filled with maggots, and like that's actually kind of a cool idea that I want explored. The characters get caught in a dust storm, and I want to see, how do they survive? How are they actually surviving in this world, instead of just more vehicles chasing each other, more flamethrowers, more guys with flamethrower guitars who just shows up in this movie for no reason at all. Doesn't even, I think, necessarily get a name until the end credits. And by the way, again, George Miller, like, it seems like he just brought a bunch of his friends in to play these roles, because it's so many old white dudes that are on motorcycles or on dune buggies or whatever and chasing each other. I don't know. Boy, see it, stream it, or skip it. I'm just going to jump right there. I wish I had seen this in a large format. However, I think that this is a movie that, if you're a fan, absolutely, go see it in the biggest format possible. But if you don't care about Mad Max, skip this. I would say this is a streamable movie. It's 2 hours and 28 minutes, I believe. So it's a large chunk of your life that you're going to give up to just a lot of repetition and sort of just a heavy metal, I don't know, music video, I guess. But without even like great music, because it just kind of falls off. The use of color was so much better in Fury Road. I don't know why we lost that sort of artistic expression in this. Yeah, I don't want to say it's a full skip, because if you are a fan, I think that you'll probably enjoy big parts of this movie. However, I would say go ahead and stream it. And that's all I do have to say about this movie. I don't want to get too much more into it. If you have seen it, please let me know. Have you seen the other movies? What has been your favorite? I think that this is probably more along a Thunderdome than it is a Road Warrior. So anyway, that's where we are. And I appreciate you all. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you after the next movie, which is freaking Garfield, by the way. Talk about a jump in movies. Anyways, see you.